Hello, this is a quick look at one of the official alternate builds for the 2025 Creator 3-in-1 Medieval Dragon. Less than 24 hours before recording this video here, this was the Medieval Dragon. This is the set, right? Dragons made of multiple colors of green and only the wings are red. However, the designer was able to hide wings and a tail of a phoenix, plus an entire body and head and legs. In red. Now this does have some green parts in the body of the bird. It's not really a bird, but I'm going to call it a bird. Just down here at the base, just right between the legs, there's a little bit of the dark green there. You can also possibly see just a little bit of green behind the chest here, which doesn't bother me whatsoever. It's just fascinating that there's so much red in that dragon that this was able to come out of it. The major parts of green that are obviously used here are in the plinth, which is part of the official build here. Also, just has a couple of Technic axle protrusions there, and the rest of it, it's pretty straightforward. Pretty much what you see, it's like a goblet kind of design. It has a certain royalness to it. I guess I don't like the gray part, but who cares? It's just a perch. And obviously this comes off very easily. So there you see the dark green actually comes into the tail a little bit, but that actually feels good to me. It feels right, feels natural enough, feels like a color scheme that I've seen in real life birds. Now the level of articulation on this thing is very, very good. In the legs, not a lot. Forward, backward, you can splay them. Splay isn't that useful here. Can't rotate them, but you can move the toes, the claws a little bit just to give them a little bit of personality, just so that it's not completely straight. And the tail has the up and down motion, which is fine enough. It's too bad you don't have anything that gets connected to these out here. That would have been nice to extend it further, but the wings are good. So the wings are able to rotate here, and they're also able to flap up and down, however you want to have that set up. So I'll go ahead and put this into a flight pose there, and then look at these. So just like with the main dragon build, you can still move the feathers. You can spread them out quite a bit, or you can bring them together quite a bit. When you bring them together, it looks like it's going into a dive, like that, which is fantastic. Also, bringing them together is useful when you're in a perched position, because you can just bring it like this, bring them down. They're not fully folded into the body, but they're much more relaxed that way. It feels much closer to a proper perching position, depending upon how far back you want to take that. And, this thing will absolutely stand on the ground. No worries there. It does not need to use the perch, but then it becomes much smaller relative to the size of a minifigure, though. Sorry about that. It's still, respectable in not only its height, but just the total visual volume and the total visual impact. Now, focusing in just a little bit more on the head and the neck. Obviously, there's some articulation here as well. So this is all able to do all of this. And at the end, right behind the head, that's a single ball joint. So that's able to move all around. So you can have it in any kind of direction. And that's really useful for trying to keep this gap relatively small in here, no matter what your angle is that you're going for, trying to keep that relatively hidden. Kind of twist this around depending upon where you're looking at it from. Those are hidden when you build the dragon, the main dragon build. The eyes are hidden inside of it, and they're just exposed here because they're specifically made for this alternate build, or for the alternate builds in general. You can also move the crest up and down just a little bit to slightly change its look. Maybe some folks will appreciate this a little bit more, just having it angled up as opposed to down, but that's up to you. And the beak is also able to open and close. So there's a lot that you can do with this as far as posing it. It's very, very grabbable, very swishable, for lack of a better term. And I mean, it can actually be put into like pretty much a proper action pose. You can easily hang this from a ceiling or something, or set up a different style of stand underneath. The only thing that's not good, well, the two things that aren't good about this, there are a couple of gaps around the neck, but try to work around those. And then the back here is, you're looking at anti-studs on the back of the main torso of the bird. Whoop-de-doo. The colors still work well. Now, do I think it's worth buying this set just to build the Phoenix? Do I think that's a good value? Not really. This plus the extra pieces, I get it. I did feel that the main dragon build wasn't a bad deal. But if you specifically just want this, I'm going to make an odd recommendation here. If you really, really like this, you don't like the medieval dragon that much, you'd prefer this, buy the set, build the medieval dragon first for 2 reasons. Number 1, the set is designed with the way that the bags are arranged. The set is designed to be built into the dragon. So it's a nice, clean, easy, straightforward process to build the dragon. It's much faster than building this because the bags are already oriented the way that you need them. Everything is essentially pre-sorted for you. So you can get a dragon relatively quickly and easily. And then, experience it, feel that value, know what you have actually paid for and what it can make in total using all the pieces, and then take that apart and sort the pieces. Because if you went straight to this, the first thing you have to do is open all the bags and then sort the pieces. And that takes quite a long time. And then depending upon how much you sort things out, it can take a significant amount of time to build this as well, as you have to hunt for things. It's not all laid out for you. That way you win and you win. Just a recommendation on that. But this is definitely an absolutely 100% valid alternate build. It looks good. It's on topic. It's on theme. The build felt right. It has plenty of articulation and posability. Looks good. Yeah, I'm just very, very happy with, so far, the entire set. I will go through and do the C model as well. Of course, my main review of the main model, the dragon itself, is already up, but stay tuned for more. I've got to take this apart, resort the pieces, and then make that other model. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Hope that this video at least brought you some value, even if you're not interested in buying this or building this particular model. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.